and I really connected with, and that is, you know, this idea that every time somebody comes to something that you've put out there, you know, a lot of people think of it as like a number or a view or traffic, but you have to think of each and every one of them as a person, and a person that is deciding to give you their attention, and there's a certain amount of privilege and responsibility that comes with that. And I'm assuming that's something you probably like figured out pretty early on.
Yeah, I think that even just from a personal point of view, it makes sense to me. It connects with me, I guess, easily. I don't have to really think about it. It just feels natural. But then also, I feel like even just from thinking about it from like a strategic point of view as well. Like if you're trying to make content, you need the content. You want the content to connect with the person. They're not just a number. So it's part of what I talk about is like scope and trying to increase the scope of people that watch my content. In order to do that, you need to understand, well, who watches your content and what is that one person? Because, you know, what do they like, and why would they not watch a video of yours? Why would they be confused about something? Why would they, you know, what would keep them around to watch more or enjoy it or be able to see your creation?
Yeah, and it's interesting because obviously I'm in the online journalism space, which is a different space, but that's something that I have like said to others over the years, and I've never heard anyone else say it until I have heard you say it, but it applies to both mediums. Another thing along those lines that I heard you say that also works is this idea that everything you put out there has to be either different or better. And so I was wondering if you could talk about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the easiest advice I can give is just, what do you do when you make content? You got to make something different or better. And it's like, why? Well, I mean, what are you going to watch? You're going to watch, if you watch something different, it feels better. Even if it's not, it can feel better than something you're watching the same. People like change, people like discovering new things, learning new things. And so if you can do something better, it's different because it's better. It can be different in a bad way, of course, but I just mean different in a unique way, not necessarily just different, I guess, so unique or better. So yeah, I feel like that's the easiest advice making content, I feel like, is just, if you can do both, that's when you get something that's really incredible. But if you can do one of them, then I feel like you can find success.
Yeah, is there a point along the way where you started to realize that?
I feel like that was something that I did. Like there was a period before I did YouTube where I was working with YouTubers. I was a software developer for Minecraft plugins for YouTubers, and I think during that period I kind of was looking into like what makes, I don't know, how does YouTube tick? How does it work? How does social media, I guess, work? And it's something that I kind of picked up on. And I was okay. Well, a lot of trying to look for similarities between content that did really good, viral videos that did well, and videos that did bad. And sometimes it's really hard to. You could have a video that are almost identical, and one went viral and one didn't. But the big thing that I noticed throughout all of them was pretty much just that. It was like, well, I mean, it's different or better. This video is very similar, but this guy did it first, and that's why his one did better. Or things like that.
Right, yeah, and it's interesting because you say that and it sounds like oh well that's obvious or whatever, but it's actually not to a lot of people. And the way you can tell is every time there's a piece of breaking news, if you go look on Google News, you will find 10, 15, 20 stories that are exactly the same.
Yeah, I feel like most people actually do the opposite. Most people look at it and go, oh, this guy did this, that's what works. Exactly. I'm gonna do that. It's like sometimes that can be good as a starting point, especially if you try and do it better. But it's the same. I feel like content's kind of the same with almost anything else in life, where like everyone ticks differently. Everyone has a different brain. Everyone has a different life. What works for me is not always going to work for you, but there can be similarities. And so, it's like if you're trying to have a diet or something, like a diet that I would go on and work for me may not work for you, but there's probably same thing. Eat less and you'll lose weight. So it's like there's certain things that are similar. But my exact method might not work for you, might be the worst method for you and cause problems. So I feel like it's similar with YouTube or social media, anything in general, where it's like that's why there's no blueprint. If there was a blueprint, everyone would do it. But there are things that you could do that are better and would make you increase your chances of success.
Yeah, what are a couple of the sort of painful lessons that you've learned along the way in terms of what works and what doesn't?
I feel like I always said since the very beginning, I just want to be me. I want to do the things that I want to do and not force content just because I think it's going to be successful. But also, what really sucks is if you put out something that you're doing purely because, I think this is going to be the next big thing, or this is going to be a huge thing that whatever, and then it doesn't do well, that feels so much worse than putting out something that you put your heart into, that you love and you actually believe in, and having that not do well. Like if that doesn't do well, then I look back on it fondly and go, oh wow, yeah, I'm glad that I did that. I enjoyed every second of making it and the time it took. And versus like anytime I've ever done something where I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna do this video because I think it'll get the most views or whatever, but my heart's not in it. Which is why like I feel like a lot of the things that I've done ended up like ending. And like Manhunt, I did a massive series called Manhunt, and that it was still at its peak and getting hundreds of millions of views, and I ended it because at the time I was getting into other things, and it wasn't my heart at that moment, so I didn't force it. I was like, I'm going to continue. I feel like that it shows in your content when you're doing that as well, and it makes people more attached to the things that you do and recognize if everything has passion, everything you're actually giving your all. So basically, I feel like it's never right to just chase after the views or just chase something just purely because of that. You can have it influence the decisions you make for sure. You want to make sure that you're forming whatever you're doing in the best way to have success and to get viewers. But at the same time, you want to make sure you're doing things that you love and are happy.
Yeah. And of all the videos you've done so far, which is the one that you're the most proud of?
Every time I get asked that, I always just say, well, the next one. It's always the next one. Because I feel like I'm always improving, and also I have a bit of like, I feel like that I've spoken to a lot of artists, and they always say like, oh, I hate my old work. They look back a year ago and go, I hate it, it's gross now, it's so bad. And a lot of us don't see that, and we'll like look at it and be like, no, it looks amazing. I can't even really tell the difference between your new stuff and your old stuff. But like, I feel the same way, and so I love every video more than the last. Maybe there's some exceptions, but generally, it's the next one.
But the next one is kind of a dodge, right? I mean,
it is a dodge.
It's kind of a dodge. Surely there's one that you're just like, that's the
honestly,
one.
I feel like I don't have one. There's nothing immediately comes to my mind. I just start, the only thing that I would be like, oh, well, my most viewed ones. Those are the ones that, because I viewed them all, even like, oh, that one's slightly cooler because it has more views, or more people enjoyed it, or it had more of an impact, on societally, or maybe my face reveal would be the only one that stood out as like, it's different. And it was a cool moment, and it reached people outside of my normal community, I guess. But I feel like that's also feels like a cop-out to me, because I was like, well, that's the only video that would really apply. It's very different.
And which one is the one that you regretted the most, or you didn't like the most? I mean, I have to ask the opposite, right? If you ask the favorite, you have to ask the least favorite.
I know the answer.
All right. You said to ask you anything.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a great question.
Say it.
Yeah. I did a video recently in response to drama with another creator, and I regret having posted it. I did not feel good about it. I got a lot of comments that I read that just hurt my heart, I guess. And I think that's probably the video I regret the most.
I mean, you can't have a certain amount of life online and put stuff out there without putting out things on that you will go shit. I shouldn't have. I went too far with that. I wish I could take it back. That's true with pretty much everyone who goes out on a limb and puts themselves into their work and puts it out there.
Yeah, I had an interview earlier where I got asked about similar to that. They made a point of they asked like, how do you like function with the pressure on your shoulders of being a good role model and having to try and be perfect, whatever. And I was like, well, I feel like I don't necessarily feel that pressure, because I feel like the best role model that I can be is just showing people that you can make mistakes, that you can do stupid things. If you're a good person, you have good intentions, then you can always explain your intentions, explain and show people through your actions who you are and that you are a good person. And so I feel like that's another thing where I'm like, yeah, I like to say I don't really have regrets. I always have regrets, but the difference, I don't like wallow about them. Like I don't sit there and think about them all the time, or like I haven't thought. It's been weeks since the last time I thought about that video or whatever. But it is something that I look back on like, okay, I learned regardless of any situation I'm in.
Well, I didn't realize it was a recent sore spot. So
That's fun.
You always hear about content creation that you have to post frequently and often. And I was looking at your feed, especially over the last couple of years, and I noticed you sort of do quality over quantity, and I was wondering if that's a strategy, if it's just a sort of a situation that where once you get enough of a long tail of content that's doing well, you don't have to post as often.
I feel like people confuse frequency for consistency, and like I mean I haven't been super consistent. I've been more consistent recently, but you can consistently upload once a year.
Yeah.
You can. It's possible. And so I feel like people confuse the two and think that, well, people say you need to be consistent to make people come. Like, yeah, it's true. You do need to be consistent, but you can consistently upload once a month if that's your thing. Once every 2 months, once a day, once an hour. But the thing is, I do think you need to be consistent. That way, people have something that they can expect, and they can go, oh my God, I'm gonna get, I can't wait to see the next Dream video this week, or I can't wait to go watch that show on Thursday. I feel like so consistency is more important than frequency. And I haven't had the best track record of both, but I try my best.
What keeps Minecraft interesting to you after all these years?
I feel like it's hard to lose interest in Minecraft because you can do anything. So it's like it's a sandbox game. You can make anything in it. I mean, I've had many different Minecraft phases. I've at some points wanted to, I've built stuff, I've coded stuff, I've done speed running, which is different than PvP, which I've also done, which I've done mini games, and I feel like there's so much you can do, and so there's always something new that I'm doing in Minecraft. And so I feel like even like the Fusion, which I've been using recently in my videos, is just a totally new, I've never done anything like it. I learned new coding language. I've done so much from it. I mean, obviously even with Minecraft, I got my first job in Minecraft. I learned to code because of Minecraft. Made my career off of Minecraft through YouTube. So I feel like there's just so much. It feels like it'd be hard to get bored. I can get bored of aspects of it. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to play a survival world, or I don't want to do this, and then I'll come back around. Everyone has their Minecraft phases, but.
So you might have heard that there was this little movie earlier this year called Minecraft the Movie, which did nearly $1 billion. What's your take on Minecraft the Movie? What did you think of it?
I think it was good. I think it was a good movie. I think it was trying to be cringe funny, and I think it succeeded at what it was trying to do. Yeah, I think that the visuals were really cool for Minecraft. I think they did a good job at representing the visuals. Obviously, I wish there was some more stuff like the Ender Dragon or other parts of Minecraft that I really like, but I feel like they have room to do that in the future. And from what they did show, I liked it. I thought it was funny, and I enjoyed myself watching it. So,
I mean, given your history with this brand, I'm surprised they didn't tap you for a cameo.
Right?
I mean, they should for the sequel, at least.
Yeah, I would be in it. I'll be in it. Not that I will be in it. I would be in it.
It would see. So, speaking of that, do you have any Hollywood aspirations?
Yes. No, I guess not. I mean, I feel like people have said I should be like a voice actor. I just love it. Everything is with content creation is just so fun. So I feel like no matter what, you'd be like, well, would you be in a movie? Sure, I'd be in a movie. So I'm not going to go spend so much time, because I have so much that I focus on. It adds another thing that I'm focusing on. So I feel like, is there a point in time where I'd ever want to be in a movie or try to do it? Maybe, but I feel like I'd say that about probably literally anything you would ask me that's in the creative space. So another way of creatively expressing yourself, I feel like, is through your expressions and through playing a role, which obviously, even on Dream SMP, the role play server we had, I obviously played characters. I was acting the entire time. It wasn't the best acting, but I mean, it was pretty good for someone who's never done any form of acting whatsoever. So.
Yeah. I mean, you've basically been on stage in a way, since you started doing this to some extent.
Did you mean like Broadway aspirations? Or?
No. But I mean the stage of YouTube, basically.
Yeah, it was actually interesting.
It's performance for sure.
Yeah, before I did my first tour, I feel like I'm always like the type of person to jump into the water to learn to swim. Like I don't take things slow. I'm sorry, I'm all in. But with my tour, I was coming up and I was okay. I've already been on stage in front of people at events like this, but I'd never singing and doing other stuff in front of people. I'm like, that is terrifying. Oh my god! And then I got up there and it was like it just snapped in my brain. It was easy. I was like, okay, this is easy. This is fun. I'm enjoying myself. I was having a good time. And it was like before and after where I had the most stress. During I didn't care at all. And then after 5 minutes later, after it was over, my heart was beating. Then I'd be done. So it was interesting, going from in my room playing games, never doing anything. I was so very antisocial. I didn't do anything. And then all of a sudden I'm on a stage in front of 1,000 people singing. That is, to me, it was so crazy. I don't remember what the question was, but
It's okay. We could drift around. So if the boss of Minecraft came down and was just like, Dream, no more Minecraft, and you could not do another Minecraft video, what would you do?
Well, knowing me, I'd probably just do another Minecraft video. But let's assume that I follow the rules. That's a great question. I feel like I love creating, so like anything in the creation realm. Obviously, I do music, so I'd continue doing that. I'd probably have more time to spend to be more all in with spending all my day writing music or outside of that. But for like the creation space, I feel like I would just find another home, I guess. I don't know if it'd be another game or if it'd be some kind of creation, but all my videos are just like stories in their own right, and I feel like Minecraft's the medium in which I tell stories, but that medium could really be anything. I think Minecraft's the best medium for that, and also I'm a good Minecraft player, so.
Yeah, of course I have to ask a couple questions about the face reveal, and it occurred to me when doing this that you're probably the person on the planet who most often has to hear the words face reveal or say the words face reveal. It must be sort of an odd position to be in. But you know, when you sort of look back at how all that went and the roller coaster of it, and then doing the mask back on again, you know, where are you at with that in terms of you know, how you process it and how you think about it now?
I feel great. I feel like I never really like. I mean, the whole like face reveal back on was just a bit. I mean, like I feel like most of the time people don't understand my sarcasm. I have a video on my channel where I'm unface revealing, and my friends are coming and be like, "You need to put the mask back on. You're ugly. Like we're losing all our fans." And whatever. Like, why would I post that on my channel if it's serious? It's totally a joke. But anyway, yeah, I feel like I felt the same way. I was very excited about it. I did it because I wanted to be able to do things like this. I wanted to be able to meet other creators. I wanted to be able to live a more normal life, going out and having fun, going to football games, going to concerts, going to Walmart, yeah. So I accomplished what I wanted to do. I accomplished, and also had a banger video, 1.7 million live viewers, and so I get to kill two birds with one stone. And so I've always felt very happy about it. And I look back very fondly of the face reveal and the time after it and surrounding it.
Did it help or hurt your dating life?
No comment.
Okay, fair. Let's see. You know,
they love me for who I am. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny because walking around the floor of the exhibit hall of the convention center and seeing all the different booths related to trying to improve your looks for content creation and the emphasis on that, and it really shows, you know, the value in what you did, and in terms of making the point that you can do this without looks mattering.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I feel like when I originally started, I mean, like I literally was just thinking like, okay, well, I'm playing Minecraft, like no one really cares to see like my face on. Oh my god! Like I'm just like, okay, I'm playing a game. You want to see the game? And sometimes I watch creators that played Minecraft and they have a face cam and be like, dude, you're blocking the skeleton. I can't see you. Move. I don't care. So it wasn't really like an effort to do that, but then as the fans really like took hold of it, and I feel like my fans, they came up with a mask. I got sent a mask in the mail. People were drawing fan art of me wearing a mask. I was like, that is so cool. Then it became an effort to stay anonymous and have that be a thing. And I realized the meaning behind it, kind of as it evolved, I guess.
Yeah. What was the oddest fan theory you heard about yourself before the mask reveal?
I think there was a lot of people that thought I was like other creators, like, oh, he's this guy. Well, I mean, I don't know how I would be like faking, like he's using a voice changer and he's this other creator. I did a prank one time where it was
Danny Gonzalez.
Danny Gonzalez. There you go. I pretended I was Danny Gonzalez. Do we have a tissue?
Do you have a tissue?
Do we have a tissue?
Oh.
My nose is running, guys. The AC doesn't work anywhere but in here.
Is there?
We can continue. It's fine. If I have to wipe it on me, that'd be gross. But Well, we continue. It's fine.
Paper.
No, it's fine. Guys, if I have snot dripping down my face, just ignore it.
So, what do you like to do when you're not working? Like when you're thank you. You're the hero of the panel.
There we go.
Turn away. Okay. Okay. So when you're not working, when you're not on, what's life like?
I feel like I've probably said this before a bunch of places, but I feel like that is one downside, but also upside of content creation is that everything becomes work. Like you are the product. So in my mind, it's like everything you do becomes work. And so before, I used to watch YouTube videos for fun. Now every time I watch YouTube videos, it's kind of work. I'm learning about what people are doing. I'm paying attention to the comments, to the what their video was. Did it do well? Did it do poorly? Why did it? And the same thing applies to almost everything else. And I feel like I don't do much outside of work. I mean, I sometimes hang out with friends, and a lot of times we will make content. Sometimes we won't, but a lot of times we do. So I feel like most of the stuff that I do, I mean, I do what I love, and so my hobbies all became part of my work.
It's fair to say that you've done well for yourself. When you splurge on something, what is your splurge? Like if you're gonna really treat yourself and splurge, what is that for you?
I feel like I'd give a kind of cliche answer. I feel like if we rule out anything work related, because I feel like I do most of the money that I spend when I spend money is just putting it back into content, regardless of what it is. I mean, I spend a lot of money working on Fusion, just a passion project, so I'm funneling money into it. But outside of that, I like food. I like good food, like have an expensive meal or try something exotic or weird. I'm not picky at all, so I'll try anything at least once. I think that's something that if I want to celebrate something, I go to a nice restaurant or something like that.
Okay. This is a question I was told to ask, so I'm not going to pretend to understand this one. I was asked to ask about the Titan and any plans for a new Minecraft server.
That's a great question. So yeah, actually, we're doing a Titan SMP. I think I said it on Twitter before, but it's not a public server, but it's gonna be a private server. A bunch of creators, and I'll get more details soon, but it should start up this summer, hopefully. It's a lot of cool. It's just be with the Titan and kind of a colony of people within walls, and the Titans come and attack.
Attack on Titan.
I'll get more details soon, but that's a small spoiler.
Also, was supposed to ask about the fusion technology that you've been using in your more recent videos. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I'm doing a presentation tomorrow at 3:30, where I think it's 3:30, hopefully. Oh my gosh. Where I'm showing it off. It's the first live demonstration. Well, the first one that works, hopefully. But I tried to do one in MegaCon. It didn't end up working out well, but this one will. So first live showing of it, but yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's just I'll do a whole thing on it tomorrow. So, but it's just the thing I've been working on for content. Put yourself in Minecraft using stereo cameras and 3D project yourself into the game and play the game. No controllers, and it's pretty cool.
How long did that take to develop?
Oh god, it's been a while now. I mean, we've constantly been iterating on it, but it was about 9 months from kind of starting from not square one. It was about 1.5 years from the very beginning, and then now it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since we first started on it, so it's slowly the last 6 months has been less progression on it because we haven't been spending as much time improving it and been doing a lot of other stuff, but.
Can we expect more music from Dream in 2025?
Yes, definitely, 100%. I have a lot of stuff I want to put out.
Go further. Go further.
Yeah, I have a song.
As my shirt says, go further.
I have a song, Adrenaline, that's coming out soon. I'll give information on that soon and probably drop more teasers, but it was supposed to come out this weekend while I was here, but I didn't end up finishing it in time, so we'll have to wait and see. But it should be soon. Soon PM.
All right. Any chance of another tour?
I don't have any plans right now, but I love my tour. It was a lot of fun, and I love when I put out more music. I'm sure it'll motivate me more. So we'll see. No news though.
I mean, what's that been like for you, sort of segueing into that and putting yourself out there in terms of doing music, after all your video work? I mean, that had to be like, feeling a pretty vulnerable feeling to go out there and try that.
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like I view everything kind of similarly. Like I said, it's just a different medium. I said storytelling in Minecraft. Minecraft is the medium. Storytelling through music. Music is the medium. It's kind of similar. It's just different stories. I'm not going to make a Minecraft video where like I'm whining about like my past relationship or something. But I will maybe do that in a song, but not in a Minecraft video. So I feel like it was more like I feel like I unlocked a whole nother part of expression of myself. Like I was able to talk about more, be more vulnerable, be more open in like a good way. Not like I didn't feel vulnerable, but I felt like, wow, I'm able to actually talk about these certain topics that I may want to, my family, love, and I think that's great.
What's the biggest mistake people make when creating content, do you think? Or most common mistakes?
I feel like the little things matter so much more than you think, because one little tiny problem that sounds like so simple when you make it 100 times in the video, and it's just one little tiny tweak for audio or for video or for anything. It really does matter, and so I think that's something that they build up. It adds up a lot to the experience and also just the performance of your video. So every tiny thing, as many of them as you can do. You do 100, you trace under all the small details. So. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good example, but like something really small that you would never think would matter, and then this is actually an interesting one. I've never said this publicly, but I've thought it for so long. It annoys the heck out of me. So, if you don't fade an audio clip from one audio to the next, and there's any audio, like any tiny bit of audio, if you don't fade, you can fade it for one frame. Doesn't matter, one frame of the video. If you don't fade it, there's a pop. Now, I'm autistic, so I hear the pop. In every video I watch, I hear it. Every 5 seconds. And it's the most annoying thing in the world. But when I edit, I always, at the end of the video, you can just select all clips, apply a 1 frame fade to all the audio, and it gets rid of that. Almost no one does it. Like literally every video I watch, unless there's music that's drowning it out in the background, and even then, a lot of times you can still hear it. And it's more egregious the louder the volume is. It's such a simple thing, but that's like one thing. There's 1,000 things that are like that, where you may not notice it, but you feel it. Like when you're watching the video, it makes it feel higher production. Every little thing like that. And the more things you do like that, I feel like improve the quality of your videos. And I looked into everything for like YouTube. I had descriptions. Okay, well, there's got to be a reason for why I do my descriptions a certain way. I've given the name example before, but I'll give it again. Most people that make YouTube videos just have a gamer tag that they picked when they were like 8. And that's what they use as their their profile. And I go, that is such an important thing. Like imagine a brand and Apple's like, how'd you come up with it? They have some name, they're like Apple Skin 421, like, and that's their company name, and they're like, oh, how'd you come up with that? Oh, well, I was 8 and I just thought it was funny, I thought it was cool, or Xbox randomly gave it to me. It's like, I think that can mean a lot to you. You can use it maybe to come up with a good name. A lot of people just is their full name, that's their brand, because that's their name, and that works perfectly. There's a lot of brands that do that as well. But that's another little, it's a little thing, it's a big thing, but it's a little thing. It's just like choosing your name. Now Dream, obviously, is kind of a name that I just chose, but when I was younger, it was a longer name. It was Dream on PvP, and then Dream XD, and then I was like, oh, well, to make a content creation, it'd be smart to simplify it. So I feel like everything like that matters a lot more than people think, and most people don't pay attention to those things. And if you brought that up to 90% of creators about their name or about even audio pops or whatever, oh, I didn't know that, my name I came up with, it was just randomly assigned or whatever. So.
Now we're all going to hear popping in videos.
Now you hear.
When we watch
if you,
it now,
if you
we're all
think
going
about
to
it,
notice it, and we're going to be like, damn it, Dream.
Go to a random small creator's content that does not have music and just listen for the pops. You will hear it, and you'll be like, wait, how was I watching this video before? It's excruciating. But maybe it's just me. Maybe you guys will go, what is he talking about? Maybe I hear something, but.
What's an example of a video idea that you had that you were really excited about and it completely didn't work out and you didn't end up doing it?
Oh God, I'm on the spot now. I don't know. The video idea that I was excited about. I feel like I just like that might have happened, and then I kept iterating until I got something that was like, okay, like Fusion as an example. Yeah, like I didn't plan for it to be 8 months of my life that I was like not uploading and coding every day. I originally was like, okay, it's gonna take me not very long. I had someone else working on it, and then I joined in, and then it just took a lot longer. So it was like I just kind of like stalled as I was continuing to until it eventually got to the point where I was able to make the content I wanted to make with it. So I can't really think of a good example where I didn't end up doing the video concept that
You always succeed.
Living the dream.
I feel like it's maybe there's things that I didn't get to do as good as I wanted to do them or something, but I still did them. Yeah.
If you could go back to 2019, Dream, and give him a piece of advice, what would the piece of advice be?
I'm such like a butterfly effect type of person. I feel like I don't want to fuck with that. I'd be like, all right, shut up.
We're not literally doing
they're
this.
like, look, you have 10 seconds, and I'm just sitting there silent the entire time. Just like, all right, shut up, don't say anything. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of my biggest regrets just have to do with me having like a big mouth or not being able to control my emotions, and not stopping and thinking long enough before I say something or before I don't know, put something out there on the internet. But I feel like also a lot of that has helped me grow as a person and become who I am. So I'm very afraid to tweak the learning and the lessons I went through. I feel like everything is a part of your character, everything you go through, and so I feel like I should probably just shut up.
Okay. Let's see. What's a Minecraft idea or project that you've always wanted to do but haven't gotten around to doing it yet?
Definitely some of those. But again, I think I'm working on most of them. Like yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay.
I feel like if I did think of something, I probably wouldn't want to share it because someone else would do it.
Fair.
And but I genuinely can't think of anything.
Yeah. I noticed earlier you were talking, you're friendly with Mr. Beast. Have you guys ever talked about collaborating on anything?
We collaborated a couple times in the past.
Oh,
We
okay.
don't talk
That.
much now, but
Research.
we did a couple videos back then.
Yeah.
I actually he helped me early on learn about some YouTube stuff, and I had some conversations with him. So we did some gaming collaborations. He hosted the Technoblade duel on his gaming channel, actually, which was a big part of everything. So I'm very thankful for all that.
Okay. And how was your, I forgot to ask this question about your songwriting. How has your songwriting process evolved over the years?
That's a great question. I feel like I'm a lot more involved now than I've ever been. I think partly just because I recognize, I'm learning and I've been learning. I mean, obviously, I love writing. I've written my whole life, but songwriting it's a different type of writing. There's different things there's different do's and don'ts and different practices. So sitting in the room with people and how the writing process usually works, no matter who you are, pretty much, is you get in a room, one or two other people, and you bounce ideas off. You say, hey, this is a story I want to tell. Let's come up with ideas. Someone you come up with, and then you just bounce ideas off each other and progress. I've been doing more of writing and kind of coming to the table with a whole fleshed out idea, and then being like, all right, let's do this, and then tweaking it with other people. That's happened a lot more recently than when I first started. So yeah, I think my first song, as an example, like a road trip, I went to Parker. I had no experience writing music. I saw him on TikTok. He made some awesome music I liked. He was turning comments into songs. And I was like, I have some stories I'd love to turn into music, but I don't know how. And so I wrote very little of Road Trip. I told him the story. I was like, this is the story I want to tell. I think it'd be really cool to talk about these things. Here's how we want to do it. And then I was there with him the entire time, kind of watching his process and talking about it. Oh, I don't know, that doesn't sound like me. He'd say something that's a little too cool. Sometimes I'd be like, that's not, that's too cool. That's not me. I'm a little lame. And then we, just finished out. So I had very little to do with the structure building of it, and more just this providing the story and kind of insight into building it out. And that's, obviously I had no experience songwriting. So, and then Mask, I had a lot more to do with in writing, and then just kind of progressed throughout all the music I've made, where I've just had a lot more to do with it, a lot more opinions, because if you're not good at something, I feel like you have less opinions about it because you don't know what opinions you should or shouldn't have, and yeah.
I asked about Mr. Beast collaborating. Who's someone that you've wanted to collaborate with, but you haven't yet, but you would love to?
So I mean, I love Rhett and Link and Good Mythical Morning. I love them. They're amazing. I mean, we technically collaborated with them. We did but it wasn't with Rhett and Link. It was with Trevor and the Mythical Kitchen crew. But yeah, I love. That's one of the only. They do a show called Good Mythical Morning, and it's one of the only YouTube shows that I've actually watched since it's been a long time. It's like 10 years or something. Where I've watched it very consistently. I still watch every new episode. Even if I don't watch it for a week, I'll get around to it and go through the backlog whenever I'm bored or or I'm multitasking or something. But yeah, love them.
If you had to survive 24 hours in the Minecraft world, 24 hours in real life with Minecraft rules, what would be your biggest weakness?
Do that again. I have to survive.
For 24 hours in real life with Minecraft rules, what would be your biggest weakness?
What are the Minecraft rules like there?
Yeah, you're the Minecraft expert.
Minecraft rules, like what? Like there's like zombies or something?
Yeah.
Water takes no fall damage. But like, so Minecraft rules, like everything's trying to kill me or something? Or I just like, no, I guess if it was Minecraft, I just walk around in real life. If there's mobs everywhere, I don't know, I guess I just stay in my office, like I probably would be fine, I guess. It's 24 hours, like I don't need to, I can hold my poo in, like.
What's the first video game you ever played?
Oh God, first video game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if it was like a console game. It probably would have been on, probably would have been GameCube. Probably would have been like Zelda or like Monkey Balls or something on like the GameCube. I don't know how many of you guys even know those games, or Zelda, obviously. But there's a game called Monkey Balls that was on GameCube.
Wasn't it also on the Wii?
I'm not sure, but yeah. And I think that might have been one of my first games. I don't remember though. I was talking about maybe first video game. Yeah, that was probably it. First computer game I ever played. I think was called Platform Racing. So there's some like 2D web-based game. It's the first game I remember at least.
Right. Mine was Atari 2600 Adventure. so that goes way back.
I've heard of Atari.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you think your being anonymous helped you build your brand, or was it a limitation at times?
I definitely think it did, because I think it was unique. I think it got people talking and theorizing, and you had an opinion maybe, so people would talk more, even if they didn't like me, they'd have more to say because they have something to talk about. So I think it helped me in that way. I think it was only a help, really. I don't think it was a negative.
Yeah. Is there anything that you feel like this whole journey has really helped you learn about yourself?
I'm resilient. I guess I can take a lot more than I think, and I'm strong and happy, I guess. I feel like I don't know, there's a lot of things that you would have asked me a couple years ago, like that I ever would have done. I would have been like, hell no, I'm terrified. Go on stage again. Give me an example. Go on stage and sing. You told me 3 years ago that I went on a stage in front of people and sang.
Yeah.
I would think I was like replaced by like an alien clone or something. Like I would literally think it was that unlike. I'm like, no, okay, all right. I feel like there's a lot of things that I've done to help prove myself. I mean, not just content creation, but even through my weight loss story and through content creation and through a lot of the just the controversy and everything that has happened with YouTube and friends and just my life. So I feel like that's the one thing, the biggest thing that I learned is having a lot more confidence in that. And I feel like I could do anything.
What has helped with that in terms of like if you're like backstage, about to go on stage, you're about to sing, what's in your mind? How do you sort of power through that? And because I think a lot of people struggle with those sort of insecurities.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I remember when I guess this, I don't know if this is the correct, I don't know if I'm answering the right question, because I feel like it's slightly different. But I remember when I used to be, like, before YouTube, I was like super unconfident, super, insecure. And I remember I couldn't look people in the eyes. And I remember I saw some video where they were like, oh, look in the bridge of their nose. Like, just look at the bridge of their nose. You're not looking at their eyes, look at the bridge of their nose. And he was like, also, just pretend. Like, you're an actor. You're playing a character of the confident guy that, is fully confident, not insecure.
Pretend as if, yeah.
and then it will become true. And then I was like, oh, that's bullshit, whatever. But then I do it, and it's like it's true. It's like because you start realizing, oh, why am I not? Why am I not? Why do I not feel like that? And then that's what worked for me. And I feel like through YouTube it's different. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure it's the exact same answer, but it's kind of similar in that like I don't know. You got to have the mentality of just being confident in yourself, like who you are and who you are as a person. I feel like that confidence can then be pushed to everything else. Like no matter what you do, if you have the confidence that you're a good person and you want to do good things, and not just a good person in terms of like your character, but also a good person in terms of you're a hard worker, you're talented, you're smart, you're unique, you have skills. I feel like that confidence in all those things brings you a lot of success, I feel like.
Yeah, and I'm now staring at the bridge of your nose. I can't stop doing that.
It's a good trick. There you go.
So, final question, and this is such a job interview question, but you're already hired, so you're fine. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What?
I love job interviews, by the way. I've always thought recently, I want to just like go get interviewed. I don't know why.
How would you move Mount Fuji?
Well, I don't know. I just like, what'd you say?
No. That was a.
I thought you said why would you do that?
No. It's a classic, brutally difficult job interview question. How would you move Mount Fuji? So, but for your question, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where do I see myself in 5 years? Man, I can't think like a week in advance. I don't know. I literally do not know where I'm going to be Monday. Like, I have no idea. Like, I don't have my flight. I have nothing. I have no idea where I'm going.
You don't have goals. You don't have ideas in terms of what you would want ideally.
I love making things. I love creating. I'm like agnostic. I think that I want to have the biggest impact on the world while I'm here and help people and help. I feel like you live. My personal worldview is you have one life, you live it, and that's what you got. And so I believe I want to help people get the most out of their lives, help people be happy and fulfilled. And what makes me feel happy and fulfilled is doing that. And so I love YouTube as a medium to do that, and my music and everything, because I can reach a lot of people and help accomplish that. And I feel like that I'll be happy doing anything that helps with that. And so I feel like that's my goal is in 5 years, that I'm continuing to figure out new ways to do that, new ways to reach people, new ways to create things that make people happy, make people fulfilled, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, this has been great. Let's have a round of applause for Dream. And you have a panel tomorrow
Yes, 3:30. Got a showing off fusion. So
awesome. All right. Thank you all for coming.
thank you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Dream, you fell off! But so did I! Can you collab with me? Oh my god! Pink Rose! See, I have clout! Please collab!
Okay.
Holy shit, I love your videos, man!
Okay.
Oh my god!
There's Dream up there.
Can you say to my face? I have a faceless channel. Oh, yes. Dude, holy shit. I adore
He's leaving.
Dude!
Let's say goodbye.
Oh my god!
Hello.
He's gone.
Follow Dreams GNFE for filming that. My arms are sore. My battery is gone.
Are you the one that was filming it?
I'm in pain. I filmed it. I filmed a lot of your back. I'm very sorry.
As long as my face is not in.
No, your face is not in it at all.
Thank you. Well,
Yeah, well,
Dream fell off apparently.
if they're not going live tomorrow,
We will be live.
we will go live for you. And we'll buy a selfie stick so I'm not moving.
Yes.
Woo! Dreams GNFE. DRMSGNFIE.
Dream.
Follow Strawberry and Up on Twitter.
Follow us on back. Thank you.